Hello students, welcome to our commerce first year. In our previous class, we have discussed about advantages of joint Hindu family business. Advantages means favorable things or favorable points. We have learnt that joint Hindu family is having centralized and efficient management. Karta has got the supreme power, it is easy to form, no legal formalities are there, okay, and all members will get equal reward irrespective of their contribution to the business. Then business secrets are possible, okay, we need not reveal our accounts, like what are our expenses, what are our incomes, we need not show to any government or any authority. At the same time, joint Hindu family business, like sole trading concern, it also suffers some limitations. Limitations, disadvantages or demerits are same. Disadvantages is also called as demerits, or the same is also called as limitations. Okay. Disadvantages are also called as demerits or limitations. It means unfavorable things. Okay. Advantages means favorable things. Disadvantages means unfavorable things. What is the first one? What are the drawbacks we have got in joint Hindu family businesses? No direct reward for efficiency. No direct reward for efficiency. What do you mean by reward? Reward means what you get in return for your services. Reward is the return what we receive for our activity, for our act. For example, what is the reward for the students? When they put in lot of efforts, lot of hard work is done during the exams, studying for 12 to 13 hours, practicing, okay, revising the syllabus, working very hard, you will be sacrificing a lot, you will miss so many movies, cricket matches, functions, everything you sacrifice and you sit with books. Why? What do we expect? You do all these things to get better marks. You want to improve your percentage. Like till pre-final you are getting 70%. Now you would like to get 90%. So to grab that extra 20%, you may be working hard. You will be studying for more number of hours. A laborer will work. What does he or she expects? Wage. Whatever the amount you pay for their services, that is their expectation. Clear? I am as a lecturer, as an employee, I am coming to this college and I am taking classes. What do I expect? Salary. So whatever we do, it is called reciprocation. Okay, when we give something, some service is given, some efforts are given, we expect something in return. That is called as reward. So for an employee, the reward is salary. For a businessman, the reward is profit. Remember this point. How the reward is classified. For employee, reward is salary. Student, reward is marks. Okay. Labor, reward is wage. For businessman, the reward is profit. All the businessmen will invest capital, will take on lot of decisions, will take risk only to get profit. Students work hard to get marks, to improve their percentage. Employees work to get salaries. Laborers will work to get wages. Businessmen will work, businessmen will put everything. They invest their money, they take decisions, they take lot of risk. Okay. So, only to earn profit. So, never imagine that always profits are possible. Sometimes in a business, if the things are not according to our planning, not going in our manner, we may get loss also. But generally we expect profit. Every businessman expects profit. So now here the problem is, in this giant Hindu family business, when we get this profit, the reward profit is distributed among all the co-partners in an equal manner, irrespective of their contribution towards the success of the business. Every co-partner will get the equal share. For example, if a giant Hindu family firm earns 2 lakhs rupees as profit and there are 20 members, so 10,000 rupees is the share in profit. Every member will get 10,000 rupees irrespective of their work, whether they have worked in the business or not, whether they have written the accounts, went to the shop, sit in the factory, okay, given their time, put in efforts, nothing like that. Every member, if there are 20 members, total profit by total members. In a giant Hindu family business, the profits are distributed in this manner. Share is equal to, share in profit is equal to total profits earned by number of members. Okay, this is a disadvantage. Sometimes you may be having a doubt. Sir, when equal share is given to all the members, why it is a disadvantage? Just imagine if some examination is conducted from your class, some students are working very hard, they are very sincere, listening to the class attentively, maintaining the notes. At home also they are putting lot of efforts, working very hard. And some other students are very casual. They don't come to college regularly, they don't write down the notes, they don't study at all at home, simply watching television and like this. Now you can see, just try to understand, in the same class, we have got two categories of students. One category is giving everything for the studies. Okay, putting lot of efforts, working very hard to improve their knowledge. On the other hand, Some students, some other group which is very casual. That means they are not bothered about studies. They don't know what is the syllabus also. They don't have the notes. Now these two students, both categories have written the examination. We have conducted the examination and we have given the question paper, everything. Imagine after the examination, if all the students are given the same marks, how do the hard working students feel? Will you get hurted or not? You may feel that what is the use? I have put in 8 to 10 hours of efforts, I worked hard, I am also given A grade. The student who was not regular also given A grade. What is the use? So that type of complacency, laziness may come to the merit student. So next time this student feels that what is the use? Even though I am studying, I am getting the same marks. The other student who is not studying at all, just enjoying her life, she is also getting the same mark. So why should I work hard? This type of feeling does come to your mind. It is quite natural. It is the human psychology. Similarly, in a joint in the family business, when total profits are distributed among the number of members equally, equal share in profit, whether the member is sincerely working for the success of the business, whether he is sparing his time, rendering his services, or sitting at home, sleeping, watching movies, watching cricket matches, etc., nothing is seen. Simply at the end of the year, whatever the profits we get, all the profits are distributed among the members in the equal manner. So that leads to dissatisfaction also, that leads to discontent among the co-partners. So no direct reward for efficiency. Efficiency means, again we have discussed it here, capacity to do something. In the previous class itself I have told you. Efficiency means capacity to do something. Whether you are capable or not. Suppose you see in a joint in the family, some persons will be very active, they are very perfect in work and they know what to do, how to do business, how to deal with the business transactions, how to speak to customers. They may improve the business. Whether one is improving and the other is sitting idle, for both of you, you are giving the same share. Then how it will get the feeling among the people, among the co-persons who are working sincerely. So you can understand this point. So that is very dangerous. That is the reason it is disadvantage. No direct reward. There is no direct reward for efficiency. So actually what we have to do is, if a person is working more, you should pay him more. If a person is working less, you should pay him less. But that is not happening in joint in the family. All are given equal. That is the problem. Next. Limited managerial ability. Limited managerial ability means the capacity to manage the business organization is limited, means very less. Why it is very less? Because every activity is done by Karta. So Karta is not an educated person. He just, that position has come only by virtue of his age. सब में बुढ़ा है तो उनको मिल गया पोस्ट. Okay. Karta position is attained only by virtue of age, but not by virtue of his knowledge. We cannot say that always the Karta is supreme in the management. Sometimes he may be having lack of experience, may be taking wrong decisions, and we do not have any scope for the others to participate in the management. Joint Hindu family business does not allow other co-partners to participate, take active part in the business management. No. Always Karta says that I am the superior, I will be able to do everything. I am going to do everything. Okay. That is the reason, like where we have the managers in other business organizations, like in partnership firm you take, there will be different partners who are capable of dealing with separate departments. Somebody may be perfect in accountancy, somebody may be perfect in finance management, somebody may be perfect in marketing management. Like that, there is a scope, because in a partnership business, there may be different partners who are taking care of different departments. But unfortunately, in this joint Hindu family business, we do not have such division of work. Every work is taken care by Karta himself, So, single person, karta, having knowledge in all the departments of a business is very limited. Always, it is not possible to take every activity, every department in a correct manner is not possible to single person. So, that is the reason Giant Hindu family has got limited managerial ability. The third one is suspicion among members. Suspicion among members. What do you mean by suspicion? Doubt. Suspicion means doubt. Okay. Sometimes you see when you are writing the examination, suppose your movement is doubtful, means just you are trying to hide something or trying to watch beside or some your movement in the examination hall creates suspicion among the minds of the invigilators. So immediately what the invigilator will come, will do, he will come to you and he will just ask you to stand up and he will check you whether any chits are there, something unwanted material is with you, or you are copying from fellow student, like that he will get the doubt. Suspicion means doubt. So, because of your unwanted movement in the examination hall, creating the doubt in the mind of the invigilator. So, he is coming to you and is checking you. That is different issue. It is an examination. But when it comes to a Giant Hindu family business, there will be lot of doubt among the members. Members means the co-partners, other co-partners. Why there is a doubt? They feel that this karta may be doing some benefit to his own family, his own members, his own sons, and doing injustice to cousins. Okay, like you see, 3 male generations are living together means karta will have his family, karta his sons, but karta may have brothers. So, these brothers will also have sons. These people may feel that karta is giving favor, doing favor or giving some benefit to his own sons rather than giving equal benefit to others also. Always there is a doubt. Okay, because even though they belong to the same family, Giant Hindu family, there are cousins. So, this type of suspicion may be there. What is the problem? Suspicion is very dangerous. When you start doubting others, you cannot work in a confident manner. Whatever you see, whatever you tell, people will not believe. That is very, very problematic part. People should not have doubt. Okay, like sometimes just now I told you, once the invigilator doubts a student means always he will be checking and he will be watching you only. Okay, he will not allow you to write examination in a peaceful manner. That is the examination psychology I am talking about. Similarly, in a family, if the co-partners doubt karta, that he is favoring his own sons and doing some injustice to others, like he is not giving proper share, he is hiding some profit, some amount he is saving for himself, showing wrong accounts, showing wrong profits. If such type of doubts arise in the minds of the co-partners, then that leads to the separation of the family. Family cannot continue. So there lies the responsibility on karta. He has to see that he should be more transparent, means more open. Tell everything what is going on in the business activities. All the accounts are to be discussed with the other people. If he is open, people may not have doubt. But once karta feels that I am the superior, nobody can question me, I can do whatever I want, then very difficult. Clear? So, suspicion among the members will lead to separation of Giant Hindu family. That is not desirable. Next, limited capital and financial resources. Means when compared to a joint stock company and to a partnership firm, Giant Hindu family will have limited capital, means less capital. Limited means less. Less capital. पैसे बहुत कम रहते हैं लोगों के पास. Why? Because in other business organizations like partnership firm or a joint stock company, a cooperative society, outsiders are allowed. If you require capital, we can ask others to join our business. Suppose ABCD are the partners. So they have invested some 20 lakhs. More 5 lakhs are required. They can admit E as a new partner. If he brings 5 lakhs, then the total capital will become 25 lakhs. But unfortunately, as per the rules of Hindu Succession Act, in a joint Hindu family, we cannot allow the outsiders. Bahar wale nahi aa sakte. Only the members of the family are the co-partners and only they can continue the business. They can be included into the business activities. Outsiders are not allowed by agreement. Yesterday I have told you, by agreement or by paying some money, you are not going to become the member of a joint Hindu family. Only the people who have born in that family or by adoption, the members will become the co-partners of the joint Hindu family. Outsiders are not allowed. So that is the problem. So whenever you require money, you cannot allow the outsiders, you cannot admit the outsiders. So you suffer with funds. Paise bahut kam rehte. Capital and financial resources. Cash also will be limited with you. Next, dissatisfaction among the co-partners. What do you mean by dissatisfaction? How you are dissatisfied? Why you are dissatisfied in any aspect? Dissatisfaction is something you feel, you are feeling when the things are not going according to your thinking, not in your way. Suppose say on a particular day you want to learn a particular topic, particular concept you want to learn. Unfortunately, on that day, if the lecturer did not teach that topic, you will be dissatisfied in the class. You will feel that, I have attended the class with an expectation. So when your expectation goes wrong, it leads to dissatisfaction. Okay. Similarly, in a joint Hindu family, co-partners are dissatisfied because they are not given participation in the management. Even though you have got some knowledge, nowadays you see, for example, youngsters, they might have done their MBAs, they are graduates, they may be having some good business ideas, techniques, they have the capacity to improve the business, they want to carry out the business in a modern manner, but Karta will suppress them. Karta will not allow these co-partners to work in a proper order. Means he won't allow, Karta won't allow co-partners to think in a new way. Always he will tell that co-partners have to work according to the Karta's point of view, according to Karta's instructions. Co-partners are not allowed to think on their own. They are not given participation in management. So that leads to dissatisfaction or discontent among the members. So sometimes co-partners may feel that waste working under that aged person who is not taking the proper decisions, who is not improving the business. It is waste of efforts. So let us get our share in property and go away and let us start our own business. That may be the thinking of co-partners. So these are the disadvantages of joint Hindu family business. In the next class, we will discuss about cooperative societies.